Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well today. We're gonna jump right in, see what the energy is like today, and then we'll get some advice for the day. Okay, our Sun card is still in reverse, as is our Queen of Wands. So, still keeping our energy very closed off. I don't really see this as a bad thing. Let's talk this through. So the Queen of Wands in the upright, she's feisty, confident, right? She's definitely quirky and happy. She's joyful. She's following her joy, and she's magic. And she knows all this, and she has no qualms about sharing that with anyone. So in the reverse, I think she's maybe just a little closed off to sharing that with other people. She might be somewhat cold, apathetic, maybe even dull. Are you feeling bored? We've done a lot of work lately, guys, and we've taken a small rest. And are we just not content with the speed at which things are moving? I think what this card is saying, because of this, the way it's presenting, is to allow yourself that time, right? It takes time to plan. It takes time to make things come into fruition, right? We don't graduate from college in 1 year. And it's boring, right? It's boring to sit through those classes and to put in the time and effort it takes to achieve that knowledge and get that degree and be able to do whatever it is that you're wanting to do. So I think what this is saying is be okay with the boring. Boring is good. It's been an exciting few weeks of awakening and growth and cycle ending, and we've had a lot of things happening. We need to remember to rest and embrace the boring for a little while, right? It doesn't mean that our sun is not coming. It doesn't mean that our happiness isn't there. It's just going to be delayed just a little bit. But anything worth having is worth waiting for, right? So I think getting the sun in reverse 2 days in a row is telling us to be patient and plan. If you want the true sun, the true joy, the true happiness, then it's not going to happen overnight. Take the time to plan it out. I think writing is very important lately. I know I've started doing my journaling again, but I think writing in all aspects, right? Not just journaling, but make a list, right? When you go to the grocery store, or make a schedule of things that you want to get done. I feel like if you write it, then it's more apt to get done, right? I had a schedule for the week that I completely blew, but that's okay, because I had a plan to start with, right? Had I not had that plan, who knows how far behind I would be right now. So there's times when that plan, maybe it doesn't happen exactly the way you plan it, but at least you had a plan. I'm not going to take these. I don't think those are for us. And yes, I did just turn the deck, because I feel like we can set the intention to open up our energy. We can decide. These cards are nothing more than a guide to tell you where things are at right now. You don't have to claim this. You don't have to be married to these readings. These are just a guide to tell you way things are happening right now. They can be self-limiting. If you don't like the cards, change them. I mean, that's really what this whole thing is saying, is you're in the energy of manifestation of this. You don't want that? Change it. You have the power. You literally have the power. Don't think that you are powerless. The fact that you might think that these things are happening to you, not for you and from you, is a self-limiting belief. And we've done way too much work, guys, to let that self-limiting belief hold us back now. Don't let things get so far out of your control that you feel like a victim, right? Release that victim mentality. You're the creator. You decide. You get to decide all of this. I just decided that we weren't getting any more reversal cards. And that's fine. I mean, we have that choice. We literally have that choice in the universe. God is giving us the paintbrush. So paint your world. If that makes you happy, or write it, or dream it, believe it, know it. Know that you are an extension of God. He is within all of us, and He has given us the powers to create our own reality. You know, it's not as elementary as some people may believe when we say things like, you know, we create our own reality. Obviously, we don't, to the extent that, you know, the world is there, the earth is there, the ocean is there. We didn't create that. No. A piece of us did. Our God source did. And as a result, we have that power. We can see the ocean as a body of water that separates two pieces of land and makes people separate, or we can see it as a new way to travel. You know, it's all in your perspective. It's all in your outlook. And that's what creates your reality, right? So if you believe that the bad things that are happening to you are happening for good reasons, and you're grateful for those, then you're going to be in a state of joy. You're going to be in a state of gratitude. You're going to be in a state of understanding, right? But if you believe you're a victim and the bad things are happening to you and there's nothing you can do about it, well, that's a completely different reality for you than it is for me. We could have the same exact things happen to us, and I could see it as a blessing and you could see it as a curse. So I think what this card is telling us, don't limit yourself to those negative thoughts. And yeah, I see the Fool right behind, which is awesome, because we're starting to really believe these things, right? It's really taking root in our subconscious and becoming easier, right? Once we create that habit, it becomes easier, and we attract more of those kind of things. And it's momentum, right? We're going to gain momentum quickly. We've trusted the universe. We know the universe has our back. We know everything that happens to us happens in our highest good, that God would never punish us. I always thought about that. You know, I went to Catholic school growing up, and, you know, I learned all my prayers and went to church every Sunday with my parents and did everything I was supposed to do. Went to confession, did my penance, the whole 9 yards. And at the end of the day, I was afraid of God. So what is that? What is that? I mean, yes, fear can keep us in check, right? Keeps us in line. We're afraid to go to jail, or we're afraid to get in trouble, or we're afraid of this or afraid of that. I don't think a relationship as intimate as one with God should be based in fear. Call me crazy. I know. I'm a nut. What can I say? A God, to me, who is, at the end of the day, just trying to show me how to be unconditional love, would never, ever, what's the word I'm looking for? Inflict any sort of punishment or harm on me. Because that's not unconditional love. And the only way to teach somebody, truly teach them, is to show them, right? You could sit there and write it on a chalkboard all day long. But until you show them how to do it and lead by example, it's not really going to happen, right? And those of us that are healers and teachers know that we've gone through what we've gone through directly as a result of our wanting to be healers and teachers. And you can't heal and teach unless you've been through it yourself. So these are lessons that you chose. If you wanted to heal the world, well, you have to hurt first and heal yourself first. And when you can do that, then you can teach others. Then you can help others. Then you can heal others. And I know I'm way off track there. I have no idea where that even went. But at any rate, we're starting to believe these things in our subconscious and really letting these things take root where we see everything that way, right? To the Nine of Swords. This is burden. We're still not letting something go, guys. What is it that we are not releasing? We're really fighting on this one. Swords is intellect. It's your in your head. What are you in your head about? What's with the anxiety and the depression? It's not easy, no. But you know what? It's going to be fun. It's going to be an adventure, and it's going to be a new legacy that you're going to leave to your descendants. You're breaking cycles. You're doing things completely different than have ever been done in your family. And it's okay. That's what you chose to come here to do. Being the first one to do something is always the scariest, right? But you will forge the path for those that come behind you. You'll build the bridge over a river that you have to cross, that nobody else will have to cross. To the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is sadness, it's sorrow, it's regret, it's looking at everything that you've lost and not paying attention to the things that you still have. So yeah, there may be some traditions that get turned upside down, and that's okay. Because you have to empty energy out to let new energy in. Again, it's all in how you look at it. You can look at it as loss and regret, feeling abandoned or feeling alone or feeling completely isolated. Or you can look at it as an adventure. You know, you're the new Christopher Columbus and forging your new path, right? What's that poem? I took the path less traveled and it has made all the difference. Think about that, guys. Keep it in perspective. It's okay. It's going to be scary, yeah. But the emotion of fear and excitement actually create the same physiological responses in your body. Identical, as a matter of fact. So you get butterflies in your stomach, your heart starts racing, maybe sweat a little bit, and you're a little jittery. It could be fear. It could be excitement. What's your reality? What are you going to make it? Create your own reality. Instead of saying, I'm afraid to, or I'm scared, say, I get to, and I'm excited. So maybe you get to, I don't know. Insert whatever brings you joy there, right? You get to do it now. And nothing and nobody's stopping you. And you don't need anybody else to do it. You got this. Like you've been given every tool that you need and knowledge that you need to make this happen. Quit relying on other people. You got this. Advice for the day. The wheel. The wheel. We have not seen this car at all in the few weeks that we've been going through whatever it is we're going through, and I'm really excited to see it, but I don't think I've ever read this card out of this deck before. So 10, right? It's the end of a cycle. It's truly the end of a huge karmic cycle. I feel like it's generational. This is family karma that you're finally starting to realize, right? This is karma that's been passed down through many generations, and it's all becoming clear. Here, taking a chance. Look at the dice on her necklace, which I think is funny. And it's a 6 and a 4. I know that because I used to be a craps dealer, yes. Many skills in my little hat here, but a 6, 4, 10 is not the easiest thing to roll in craps, but it will pay a point and it will pay the field, I think. I can't remember, it's been so long. At any rate, it's a good roll. It blows the hard ways though, right? So I think that's what this is saying. It's going to be easy. It's going to be easier than you think. It's not going to be as difficult as you think it needs to be or should be, or anybody else thinks it should be. Only you know how much effort you've put in there. And the other thing I'm noticing is the light and the dark again. And we actually see that here too, right? There's a light and a dark. There's light and dark in everything. Embrace it. Embrace the good and the bad. Because even the bad is there for good reasons. I do see that these almost look like they're balanced but tumbling. I'm not really sure what I think of that yet. I also see tarot, right? Tarot. And the T is the beginning and the end. So whatever begins new needs to end something old. And it's okay. It's, again, doesn't have to be scary. Doesn't have to be intimidating. She's balanced. She's completely balanced. My girlfriend Christy the other night came over and literally stood there while she was talking with all of us in this position. And I find that to be funny. It looks like a 4 to me. That's stability. And it's also very balanced. I don't know if any of you at home have tried this yoga pose, but it is not easy. It looks pretty easy. And one that my friend Carla and I practiced many times up at the river when she was here visiting. And I may have to try to do that again today just because, I don't know, it's something to do and it looks like fun. But to get back to what the wheel truly means is, it means good fortune, right? This is a turning point. And it's also gambling. I mean, taking a chance. I think luck is coming into your favor. I think that you have earned it and know that you've earned it. Play your luck. Take that chance. Do what makes you happy and find your joy. And if you do that, guys, there's no stopping us. I love that advice card. So let's get an ocean card for the day, because I like my ocean cards. Seeing both sides. Take a step back and look at this from a different perspective. So our sharks here they have eyes on either side of their head, but nothing in front of them. I think this is saying just be aware of what's around you. Be aware of things that you might not necessarily see coming otherwise. If your eyes were in the front and you only had the peripheral vision, your peripheral vision's actually in the front, right? What if you focused on the outliers this time? What if you did it different? We always, they always say keep your eye on the prize, move forward, eyes forward, and whatnot, but take it from a different perspective. Do it different. It's Aquarius age. It's the energy of doing things differently than they've ever been done, thinking outside the box. And I keep hesitating because I'm looking at this starfish story, right? So starfish has come up for me a lot this week, and I found this actually when I was going through some old boxes trying to get things organized and doing some cleaning in my house. And I'm going to go ahead and read you the story. It's one day a man was walking along the beach when he noticed a boy hurriedly picking up and gently throwing things into the ocean. Approaching the boy, he asked, "Young man, what are you doing?" The boy replied, "Throwing starfish back into the ocean. The surf's up and the tide's going out. If I don't throw them back, they'll die." The man laughed to himself and said, "Don't you realize there's miles and miles of beach around and hundreds of starfish? You can't make any difference." After listening politely, the boy bent down, picked up another starfish, and threw it into the surf. Then, smiling at the man, he said, "I made a difference to that one." I think what this story is telling us, guys, is that you only have to make a difference to one person. Plant one seed. You don't have to change the whole world. You don't have to set out to completely take care of the entire miles and miles and miles of beach. Throw one starfish in the ocean. It makes a difference to that starfish, and it will make a difference to you, and you'll gain the momentum. You will have helped someone. You will have done what you set out to do. You know, you don't know what your blessings truly are. You may set out and say, I want to do XYZ. You may have already done it a million times in your life and don't even realize it. It's that small little change that makes a difference in your outlook and in that recipient's outlook. It's just you and one other person. You know, how do they say you change the world one person at a time? And start with yourself. Start with the perspective of being the childlike energy, the young boy that knows he made a difference to that one starfish, instead of the man that says, you'll never do anything about it, right? And then be like the starfish, right? Think about a starfish. You cut one of the limbs off and it regenerates. It grows back. And don't cut your nose off to spite your face. Things are going to happen, guys, and it's okay. Make a difference. And even if you only ever make a difference to yourself, at least do that and know that you have done what you set out to do. And that's how we change the world, and that's how we change our stars. And when we start thinking that way, our luck changes. So I'm going to leave it there. You guys have a great day, and we'll chat tomorrow.